Hello, let me check in with Chapter 4, Finding a Voice from The Need for Words by Patsy Rudenberg, which is my weekly check-in with a chapter a week it's been so far of Patsy Rudenberg's work. This is finally part 2, which is the need for word, or no, it's the voice in the text is actually this part. The first part of this book was a polemic of why you need word and how word, her philosophy about the importance of speech, the primacy of speech. um, and indeed that kind of continues in this, but this is very much more of a section which is, we're going to have practical exercises, which is what I was looking for in a text. It was like, okay, here, let's try and have a little bit more of a systematic program. Don't know if I'm going to get a systematic program. I feel like I'm actually going to get, um, well, I'm going to get a cluster of what are basically YouTube videos that I can find as easily on YouTube videos, but they're through Patsy Rodenberg, and I am getting some of her thoughts behind this, so maybe I'm getting a certain viewpoint. I guess I can try and find the positives in that. So this is very much about releasing of the physical barriers to speech, which I can get behind that. Of people are super tense. People are they don't treat their voice like an instrument that needs to practice. I can get all that. So I'm fine with this. It is definitely coming from her point of view. It's like, until you release all constraints in your body and fully commit to the act of speaking, you cannot know or need a word. Embodiment is the full knowing and links the body, mind, heart, and spirit in the religious act of speaking. Which is like, wow, Patsy is really into this. It does have, I have to say, a bit of a cultish feel to it. There's very much a true believer thing here, which I have to say I kind of like want to back away from. So there is that. There is that. It's one of these good things to know about people, and going forward, it's like, okay, I'm going to pick some things out of here that are practical, and I'm going to kind of get the ideas. I'm going to get the idea, but maybe I'm not going to embrace it as fully as maybe Patsy would expect one of her students to, or at least to advance in her classroom. So this is, it's the first thing here is getting in voice, which is the need to get the voice warmed up, and speaking freely first to free the body, breath, and voice. Focusing on the focal points, which are the body, the breath, the voice, and speech. Some of those kind of seem like they're like little fine distinctions, but we'll go with them. So this is a simple voice workout in this chapter, which she says is abbreviated by my other book. There is like, I'm selling this course, and this book, even this book is like, well, you bought my book, you spent $30 on my book, but maybe you should be spending 200 or 1,000 or whatever she charges. I'm sure she charges quite a bit for a full weeks, or intensive camp, 1 week camp, or you're gonna enroll in her course or whatever. So there is that. So, and there, to a part of this is like, yeah, it's practical. There's probably a reason why I found YouTube videos more successful perhaps than I have Patsy so far, is because they get to actually to demonstrate, and I have to say, demonstrate on camera. Of course, the disadvantage is I don't have someone go, yeah, you're holding that wrong, do that, and like that little motion there is probably, just like, oh, see, feel your hand down here. You see, you're still doing up here, which I might be doing. It's like I've got everything here when I should be trying to lower it down into here, that kind of thing. So she goes through various exercises. They're preparing the body, which is very much kind of relaxing the tension, doing kind of all the full body kind of relaxation stretches, stuff like that, circling the shoulders, swinging the arms. There's a lot of flopping over and things like that, which I will come back to. That kind of thing. There's that stuff, bunching up your face, doing your face face muscles, gently rotating your jaw, smiling while keeping your thing, all that sort of stuff. Do a couple of reps of this will help you to poise and center your body and free the muscles that help your voice transmit the speech. And it's very much all the vocal people I've talked to, that I've watched videos on. It's all about, it's not just like just here your jaw. It's like the whole, this is a full body thing that needs to be aligned, that needs to be relaxed, that needs to be just sort of kind of a ready thing. And it's like you must live in a relaxed but ready position to be a speaker, be on ready for speaking all the time. And probably just also, it's like you can't just magically like, oh, tense, and then suddenly, oh, be relaxed for your speaking. You have to kind of carry that relaxed, flexible kind of energy throughout your day, and then just be able to kind of really warm it up for when you're going to get to your speaking. There is that, you must live in a relaxed, but actually I'll give her that must relaxed right there, because I think that makes sense. Now the next section is preparing the breath, which is breathe deeper and deeper, lowering the breath down into the groin. As you do so, intone ma, me, mi, mae. You'll both hear and experience the sounds becoming richer and more meaningful as deep breathing begins to help the voice sound. As oxygen meets a word, it informs it, which, again, a word is a word, whether it has a lot of oxygen in it, whether it's a word on a page, but it's the resonance. I guess it's that resonance that we're going for. It's funny, another vocal guy who was talking, saying like, look, the meaning of your words, it might be kind of overrated exactly how thoughtful and intricate and new your words are. He says, like, in oral communication, what people take away from the conversation, it might be actually quite a low percentage of that is the actual meaning of the words. It can so there is that, which is slightly frightening, but also is kind of human nature. You listen to someone talk complete nonsense, but can do it in a rich resonance voice, and you're like, oh wow, that is kind of deep. Whereas you have somebody who's like super actually smart, who speaks in a stutter, high pitched, broken up words, and it's like they could have the most revolutionary idea, and you probably would just tune it out, or just complete, hi, I'm talking in a monotone like this throughout the entire talk like this. You'll just tune it out. That is the thing of oral speech, of that little pops and going up and all these kind of little tricks will actually engage people, will keep people's minds engaged in your words. So, but there is that thing of like, as oxygen meets a word, it informs it. This is the stuff again. You'll both hear and experience the sounds become richer and more meaningful. Like, does it make the words more meaningful, or just make it appear to sound more meaningful? There is that question, yeah. But we get on to the practicals, which is how to get a lower breath. So body centered and aligned as above, taking time to breathe. And we have a lot more kind of like breath, and it's designed, all these exercises kind of to kind of designed to try and kind of bring it in deeper, not in your chest, not holding it up here kind of but like bringing it down. And I mean, it's one of these funny things, if they're saying kind of visualize like your groin. I've heard people say like, even lower down. It's like into your knees, which is, I think, is just sort of a way to trick your mind to kind of get down there into more of the diaphragm, not the stomach, but the diaphragm. But it's like, okay, you think about it as your groin, and it does help your body kind of do that. You kind of dropping it down in. Now, a lot of these exercises, again, she has a lot of stuff where you're standing and wants you to, like, that's your waist, and he wants you to flop your waist and hang yourself down and kind of wave back and forth and stretch and kind of get those ribs loosened again. I will come back to that, because I found that those exercises for my particular state of my body did not work. But yet again, it's all very much working on that. There's a pressing, gently pressing on the diaphragm, just around the midriff, going ha ha ha, he ho ho ho, ha ha ha, he Ho, ho, ho. Feel the inner breath pressing against your hand. Keep repeating the sounds until the sensation is steady, lasting, and confident. Ha, ha, ha. He, he. Ho, ho, ho. It's all this stuff to like kind of bring it down, working on your breath. There's a thing here of doing the S sound out for as long as is comfortable, sort of you get out until you're out of breath, and then coming back in and doing repetitions and like just trying to draw it down and to improve your capacity for breath, because breath indeed is what's going to power your speech, and that yet again is very reasonable. And then the next section next, and almost the next final, the second, the penultimate section is preparing the voice, which is very much about then working on warming up the voice box and stuff like that. There's yawning, there's lately hum any note, doing it for 2 minutes. 2 minutes is quite a bit of humming, but it's like, boy, it's definitely giving you a workout. I think on another video that I watched, it was very much, this is a way of practicing your voice without blowing it out, because you're humming, it prevents you from going too aggressive on stuff. And I mean, one of the things that she does say in these sections is never push your voice. You should never be forcing it. This is all powered by should be comfortable, relaxed, and it should be powered by your breath, but you never have to like force it out, because that's the best way to hurt your voice. And it's probably also not that great to actually hear, but it's also not sustainable as well. There's a lot of like kind of like the humming vibration. Actually, the humming vibration part was interesting, of like there's like humming in the mouth, and then there's humming forward in your mouth, to the point where you're feeling your lips vibrate, and then up into your nose, and then down in your throat, and then there's your chest, which I don't actually get. Like, how can you make your chest vibrate? I feel like I'm still in my head. I can't, like, getting down into my how do you make, like, your vocal cords are here actually, and I can make vibrations up into my mouth here because I'm projecting them forward, but how do I feel like I'm still down in my throat? I'm not down in my chest. Quite sure about chest humming, how to do that. How do you get down in your chest? I don't know. Maybe this is a part of my range thing. And then you're intoning stuff, and then you're doing hum and ha up and down through your range. So there's all that. And then there's the speech muscles is the next section, which is doing your lips, tongue, jaw, soft palate, and doing all that, which are very, again, kind of similar exercises to kind of tongue stuff. Maybe not even as much. It's like, working your lips, stretching your tongue, working your soft palate, doing all these, and then doing some very kind of light exercises of like ba 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 ba, da da da, la la la, ga 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 ga, da 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 da, ra 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 ra, ma 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 ma, va 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 va, and just repeating that to kind of work your way through stuff, and exaggerating vowel sounds before coming back to say them normally, saying them as far forward in your face as possibly. Phonetically, repeat the sounds. Ooh, ooh, oi, 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 ooh, oi. So yeah, there's some ways like I'm like, oh, okay, finally Patsy is going into practical stuff. The other side of this is like, oh, this is practical stuff that I've found in other places before, in other videos, and indeed some of watching those videos and having done some of this stuff does help me understand what she was getting across on the page without the help of video. She doesn't have the help of video to get her point across here. And there's the other thing is that she has a lot of exercises, which, as I said, are the flopping forward, kind of swinging side to side things, which I did. I went like, oh, I don't know if I want to do these. I have scoliosis. I have a back that can go out quite easily. It's like, okay, I'll try them a bit. And I tried them a bit yesterday, and then boy, last night I was sore. It's like, no, this is not something that I can do. I have physio exercises to do, gentle physio exercises. I also have other things going on at the moment. This probably I really shouldn't have even tried them. It's like that wasn't for me, but that's fine. That is fine because that is probably that is really is up to me. I should really try and make a more of a point of going, okay, I know that certain exercises, if I've got a bad feeling about them, find alternates. And indeed, I can find alternates. I don't even know if this is actually the most efficient, best exercise. I can see some of these exercises that really hit, and other ones I like. There's some exercises in there that she tried to describe that I probably would have to see in person that I didn't even get. Like there's one about humming where you're humming in an arc. What was it? It's oh God, it's in the it's preparing. It must be standing centered, eyes looking to the point in the horizon. Breathe in. No, that's where is it? There's something about you breathe. You breathe. Oh, okay. Yes. Fix eyes on the point in the straight head, just above the horizon. As you hum down through your range, think your energy up to that point on the horizon. You'll feel your voice being sent out in an arc. Neither slump your body nor let your voice drop, which is like, okay. And no, as you're working, you hum your way down. So. You're also going up. I find it incredibly counterintuitive, and I'd probably have to see someone do it a couple of times to be able to get it. Just like I have no idea. So those are ones that if I can find a video explanation of that I can watch and kind of hear and think about, that's one thing. But otherwise, I'll just let stuff like that go. So this was not the mind-blowing week of like, oh my God, these amazing exercises which are going to change my voice. It's like, no, I've been doing this for long enough. I've been doing it. This is my week 30 on vocal improvement stuff where I've been trying multiple videos. I found another video this week of just someone how to speak, articulate like an actor or something like that was the thing where it was going through vocal exercises, which was like, oh yeah, this is again yet another little thing that I can try to do. I've found so many different exercises to do, so it's not a game changer. It's not a game changer yet. I guess I will find out for Patsy. We're going to be doing voice into words and text is the next one, which is connecting to a text. As you unlock a great text in the act of speaking it, you connect across time to the writer writing the words onto the page. Which, it's funny, he says, that's not a mystical thing. Which actually I would agree with that. Like when you can really get into a text, and even like, in the act of speaking it, you connect across time to a writer writing the words onto the paper, which I do get. I mean, that's a part of what writing is about. It's trying to connect with, whether that's a great text or whether that's something that was written last week. You're trying to connect with another person. So I don't see that as mystical. So we'll see what this chapter has to say about reading out loud, because I do a lot of reading out loud for myself as practice, but I don't have any tips or techniques or thoughts about that. And I'm sure I'm going to get stuff that's kind of pushing over what I'm willing to accept, but hopefully there'll be also practical things that will be helpful. I don't know. We will find out next week. But yes, that this has been chapter 4, Finding a Voice, from Patsy Rodenberg's The Need for Words by Patsy Rodenberg. All right. I've been Jay. More videos later.